I'm weird, bro.
How you, ma?
I'm good in yourself.
Easy. Welcome to the process.
Thank you for having me. I've been wanting to be on the show. It took you long enough to ask me.
How are you, ma?
I'm good, fam. I'm good. 2021, we still out here. Regardless of the circumstances, we're still pushing, so yeah.
Looks like you're killing it. Looks like you're winning.
I say winning. I'd say still pushing, not changing the grind regardless of what's happening.
For sure.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. I'd say you're winning. Look at this. You're interviewing me, big. This is different.
Yeah, this is another level.
We're supposed to be in studio. Like.
Let's talk about that. You know, the process is pretty much a show where we try and catch your mind.
Yeah.
That's the way you think, the process, working.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a different type of focus.
I do.
That's something that I'm going to.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? It's not a rapper thing, Tam.
This is something that he always judges me about. But I don't know. I think it really comes down to, as corny as it sounds, where I grew up. You know what I mean? I think in terms of, I have parents and just siblings who always instilled an idea of just having my things together and just obviously also being in a space where I'm very intentional with the things that I'm putting focus into, with the things that I'm trying to achieve, meaning that certain things just couldn't be a distraction. And yeah, so for me, it's not even something that I'm trying to do. It's just something that I've been doing my whole life. So it's comfortable for me. It's like breathing. So yeah, it's not necessarily anything that I planned. It really is just it kind of feels like DNA now more than anything.
That's a nice talk.
Thank you, brother.
You said that it's where you grew up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about Rouge.
Yeah.
Growing up, you know.
Yeah.
What were the vibes? Yeah, your family. What style?
The vibes of growing up. So obviously, as you know, I'm a first-generation South African.
Sure.
My heritage is Congolese. Meaning, being a Congolese girl means, like, listen, very strict parents. Very, very how buddy.
Any complexes?
Yeah. Howdy, buddy.
It's cool.
Yeah, so obviously being in a Congolese family means I had very, very strict parents. Yeah.
Your mom looks so nice.
She's nice, but listen, when she says things need to be done, things need to be done. And same with my dad. And obviously also coming from a Congolese family base, it was also very much an academic family. My dad's a doctor, my sister's a doctor, my other sister's a doctor, my other sister's a lawyer. My mom is also a part of the medical industry. My brother's one of the top PR in the country. And I became the rapper. So tricky in the beginning. But even with that being said, I made sure that, I stuck with my academics. I made sure that I went to varsity. I made sure that I didn't lose the values that were instilled in me. And that's the way I grew up. I wasn't wild. I wasn't this girl who was out at the parties. I wasn't this girl who just wasn't focused. I was RCL, you know what I mean? I was prefect, I was full colors, I was academics, and it never changed. It just so happened that I got into the music space and the focus never changed, and I think that's why I was able to get to where I am now, because just as much as it shifted to something that still required me to focus in order for me to become successful. And yeah, and they support me a lot, so yeah.
So what did you study?
So I did BA drama. I got a bachelor's in film, because I really wanted to get into the film industry, but I wanted to make sure I had the marks. I wanted to make sure I had the credentials to do it. And then God was like, wait, babes, we're going this way first. But at the same time, it wasn't going to stop me. I wanted the degree. I wanted to, walk across the stage and have my parents know that I still did it. It wasn't going to change the fact that I still felt education was super, super important for me. So, yeah.
Do you think education is super, super important?
150%. 150%.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Do it. Let's rock. I love these.
What about a timer who's got a matric, who's popping now, who just needs to understand business?
No, 100%. Like, those people I consider the anomalies. You know what I mean? I just feel in terms of the conversation also comes down to things also just get a little bit easier for people who have it. At the end of the day, we still reach the same destination, but it's kind of about that who gets a head start. And I wanted my parents to know that I know that that's what they wanted for me because I know the struggles they already went through. So if I had that, it was like, don't worry, I got the head start in case this doesn't get me to where I need it to be.
I feel you. I feel you. I feel you.
I do this debate and stuff all day.
Hey, like you just
All
told me.
day.
Like, hey, yeah. Let's talk about the music.
Yeah.
Where did that start?
Always, bruh.
Really?
I started singing at like 6. I remember, okay, when you went to my parents' place that first time, in that area there's like a shop. And at this shop, like when I was 6, they would let me go there and I would sing for the people. Like the owners of the shop would put me on the,
You kidding
what's
me?
that thing, the counter?
You
Yeah,
kidding me?
and then I would sing and like the customers were my audience and they would pay me in chocolates. Promise you, like
From
that.
6?
From
This
6,
is your
that's
life.
what it was. This is nothing. This performing thing is like it was. I've always loved music, man. For me, I think I might not have known exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew entertainment was where I was gonna be. Like from that age, and it just didn't die, and it carried on. So, you know, I started from there. Then, you know, got into school. I did music at school. I did musical theater at school, which I fell in love with. That's why I also went to study, you know, my BA, so I could get into musical theater as well. And yeah, like it honestly, it just grew and grew and grew. I couldn't shake it.
Couldn't shake it.
Nah.
Just always been a part of it. But then
Yeah.
how did you end up picking hip hop?
That I didn't pick.
Really?
That one I did not pick. I think I actually found hip hop late. I found hip hop at 19. 19?
Really? What?
The year I met you.
Yeah.
That's when I started rapping.
That's when you started rapping.
Yes, when we did Mikora, Mikora.
That's when you started
That's the
rapping.
year I started rapping.
How did you kill me on that song when you started rapping that
God.
year? You started rapping that. That's crazy.
That's the year I started rapping. Because, like, so when I met the person who was, like, helping me through the music thing, was this guy named Turbo. Shout out to Turbo. I literally wouldn't be here without you, bro.
Okay.
I asked him to just help me just because I wanted to do music. So I was still doing the singing stuff or whatever. And he was like, yo, you have a voice for rap. Did you know that? And I'm like, I know, because I'm not that girl at school, at the cyphers when niggas are rapping. I'm off the break, I'm going. No. I was going to class. I was doing that stuff. And it was literally him just trying to coax me to, like, just try and write a verse. Just see what happens when you write a verse.
That's crazy.
And I wrote it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I haven't stopped since.
Just like that.
It was, bro, the biggest joke you can tell God is your plans.
Facts.
That's what that
Facts.
was.
Facts.
That really, because I had no care for hip hop.
What?
I had no care for it. I liked listening to some artists, Lauryn Hill, but that was about it. Lauryn Hill and Lupe and Jay-Z, and that was it. I was everywhere else. And then after I wrote that first verse, I was like, this is amazing. I did my research and I fell in love immediately.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be here without Turbo.
I would not be here without Turbo. Like, he plugged me.
So
for
Turbo
real.
put you in.
No, he did. He did.
Let's talk about your writing process.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
Yes.
writing process. I don't want to ask you a typical question of like, do you start with the beat or
Yeah,
whatever?
no, switch it up.
I
switch
want
it
to
up.
know, how do you approach a song? How does Rouge approach making a song? Like, do you focus on what you want to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I literally, I need to know that I'm making sense. Like, I can't just. It's a struggle for me when people are just like, come to studio for what? You know what I mean? I need to know what's the story. What feel are you trying to make me write about? Even with my songs, there's a story for every single song that I'm writing about. There's a concept behind it because I'm a firm believer in storytelling. Storytelling when it comes to this music thing. So before I do anything, I have to figure out what's the story. Once I have the story, then I get to the writing. Once I have the writing, then I build a beat around what I've made. Because I feel like
That's
sometimes
crazy.
beat can limit us.
That's
like,
crazy.
I have an idea, but the beat doesn't go with it, and then it doesn't work. So I first build the song, and then I get a producer who, like, for example, like, you know, Wichi. Wichi also, he struggles to just send beats. Wichi, just come to studio, let's make something from scratch. I love that. Because then this build was really centered around the feeling I'm trying to create for the song I just wrote.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So you actually focus on the content.
Yeah. The beat is literally the last thing that comes to me.
What?
It's the last.
Do you know how many people focus on the beat?
Aye.
That's crazy.
I don't know how they do that. I'm jealous when people do that, but I can't because I already know what I want to talk about. I always usually already come with the song, and when the beat doesn't fit it, it doesn't go as authentically. It doesn't flow smoothly for me. All of the songs that I believe that got me to where I am now,
Yes.
it started with I wrote the song first. Bongo, Dololo, what I wrote it first, the producers built around the songs.
That's crazy. That is, I don't know anybody that actually works that way. You're
For
the first
real?
person to say they do that.
Hectic.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So you write first. You think of the concept first.
Concept, write, then beat. The closest I'll go is once I'm done writing the song, then what I do is I go to like YouTube and I find a type beat. So that when I walk into the room with the producer, I know exactly what feel I'm looking for.
I feel you.
And then we rock.
I feel you. Okay. That's very interesting. I'm gonna switch it now.
Okay.
Go to like your favorites right now. Who are you feeling in South Africa right now?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you straight, Ricky Tyler.
Okay. I see you posting that nigga. Is that nigga hot?
He's so good. He's so good. I haven't in a very long time. I think the last person that I really, really did that with was you, with your project. Like in South Africa based where like every day I was binging. I binge him.
Okay.
And I don't do that. I don't know why, but it's very hard for me to find a sound in South Africa that I binge every day.
For sure.
This kid, he's incredible. Like musically, he's singing, he's rapping, he's storytelling. Please, guys, go listen to his music. His project it's incredible. It's
That's crazy.
incredible.
That's
He's
crazy.
talented.
So we gotta go check out Ricky Tyler.
Ricky
ladies and
Tyler
gentlemen.
is right now. He's a lot. He's on the new Coming to America. His music has also been featured on Coming to America too.
Ricky Tyler, we need to get you on the show.
You gotta plug him
For
quick.
sure,
quick.
for sure.
He's moving quick. Yeah.
Okay, so that's who you're feeling.
Yeah.
And what's your take on the game right now?
What's my take on the game right now? I think, obviously, I think right now everyone is kind of going back to the drawing board to figure out what are they going to do now because COVID has changed so much.
Sure.
And it's kind of put people in a space where they have to get back to the drawing board. And you know, because we never know when this is going to end. And that means having to also think about the ears that you're trying to attract during the time when you can't necessarily connect with people physically. Because I know a lot of the time, a lot of people create music that is groove. But there's no groove right now. So how are you going to be able to connect with people, you know, in that space? And I feel like that's where a lot of people are at now with the game. That's how I feel like I think it's still quiet. My piece, because it's early still, I will give it that benefit of the doubt. I think the new wave is doing so amazing.
For sure.
I think they're probably working the hardest right now in comparison to anyone else in the game. The new wave kids, I mean, from the music to the content they're putting out to the events to
For sure.
just
I've seen it.
everything. I like majority of the gigs that I was doing recently were new wave kids events because they're that active and just trying to do stuff. So I respect them on so many levels. Like I'm loving them. I'm rooting for them 150.
So you feel good about the game? You think the game is in good hands?
I think it's in great hands. For me, what's making me excited is I feel like it's in the hands of people with work ethic. I think that's something that was missing.
Your thing is work ethic.
It does, because I feel like the problem that came, if I'm being honest, with our generation, with our wave of hip hop, it kind of felt like people would drop and then it's like they don't do anything else. You know what I mean?
And then what?
Yeah, there was like, what now? There needs to be more. And with these kids, they'll literally, it doesn't stop. The work ethic is there to keep the conversation going in hip hop.
For sure.
And there's no denying that right now, they're pushing the narrative. You know, the Costas, the Hannas, the Thumis, the Lucas Raps, the Blackies. There's too many of them to mention because they are literally making sure there's non-stop conversation going around hip hop. It's amazing.
Sure. You actually feel like hip hop is doing well, right?
I think with the new wave, it's doing great, and I think it's gonna do even better. Considering the circumstance that we're in, are killing it. Can you imagine if the industry was open? Like if it was the way it was before COVID, they would all be so gone right now. I feel like they would be doing too much. I feel like Costa would be untouchable at this. I feel like Blackie would be. The rapping space as well is coming back, and it's so sexy. I love it.
It doesn't make you nervous?
Never. Bro, I can rap. That's one thing that has never stressed me.
For sure.
That has never stressed me. I'm still that girl.
Do you feel separated from the new age? Do you feel like...
Nah.
Yeah, you get my question.
Nah, I feel, especially now, like, more than, I think the reason why I'm kind of resonating with this wave more right now is because they're rapping. Our wave, it was also that thing of, there was a lot of dumbing down that needed to happen in order to become a part of the conversation. These kids are rapping. Blackie is rapping.
For sure.
Dumi Gladi is rapping.
Sure.
Lucas Raps is rapping. Hannah is rapping.
Sure.
Indigo Stella is rapping.
Sure.
It is exciting because I kind of feel like we're finally in a space where we belong. You know what I mean? We're in a space where we no longer have to push back or pull back. We can make the music we want to make. If we want to make musical music, we can. If we want to make rapping music, we can. There's a market of people who are interested in hearing that stuff.
So you don't feel there's a distance between our generation in terms of, like, do you feel like there's still a space for our generation?
I do.
Okay.
I think 150%.
Like, is it still hip hop? Are we still one thing?
I think we are.
Okay.
I think we are. I just think, listen, like, it's just, there's a growth that's happening. You know what I mean? There's I don't even want to call it transition because it's not a transition. I just feel like there's an evolution that is going on. And it happens
all the time.
It happens all the time.
With every industry.
With every industry, with music just in general, there's always a new generation that is coming in. And it's very important. Does that mean that we need to just step back, keep quiet, and not make music? No, because if that was the truth, Casper would have stopped a long time ago. AKA would have stopped a long time ago. And these people literally, they remained at the forefront because they didn't stop. They changed with the times. They grew with the times. And that's the whole focus. Music is not meant to stay stagnant.
Facts.
It's supposed to grow, and you need to grow with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I like your thinking there. Let's talk about your story times. Let's talk about your social. Let's talk about the fact that, like, you got a fan base that really engages with you.
Yeah, they do.
Let's talk about why. How did you do that? Rouge? The whole story time, the whole Rouge. I have this fan. How did you do it? And why did you do the story time?
I will tell you now.
Sure.
Can I tell you again? New Wave. I actually got this from them. I was sitting with Dumi Gladi, and he was telling me about Costa, because obviously they're this group, you know, Young Steez or Phantom Steez and all of them. They're just, and they were talking about how it's not just the music. What captivates this new generation of people who are buying into their music are people that feel that they can connect with them, that they know if I send Costa a comment, he's gonna respond.
For sure.
And it was like, that's why, because it got to a space where they felt like, Costa's posting, let me go comment, he's gonna comment with me. So that led to a whole bunch of people commenting because there was a loyalty that came with it.
Okay.
And I was like, that's amazing, because our generation got to the point where we felt like, once we get to a point, stop talking to the fans, act cool.
That's a real thing.
That's what happened. Because then we just stopped connecting to the fans. We weren't commenting on their shit. We weren't retweeting their stuff. And then you panic, and then you wonder why they're not buying your music anymore. It's because you're not even paying attention to them. Whereas now you had these people like Costas and Phantoms and Dumis, and you see their comment section was like 400, 500 comments. The interaction was insane. It's like, why? It's like, no, because we're interacting with them. So they want to keep interacting with our content. And that's why I decided to do it. I was like, this is so true. I can't just be making music. The supporters need to know that I'm there, that they can actually engage with me. It's a give and take relationship.
Sure.
If I'm doing this, you're gonna buy my music. So, yeah, and that's why I started my story times.
Why that approach?
The reason why, thank you. The reason why I wanted to do the story times was because, again, I felt like these supporters need to know that we're not unreachable. They need to know that things happen to us as well. Not everything goes right for us as well. Rouge, they thinking, oh, Rouge gets all the guys. Rouge also gets bad. Rouge also gets rejected.
Sure.
Rouge also sometimes doesn't get the guy she wants. Rouge sometimes also has very embarrassing moments. And it makes you so much more relatable. And that's what I wanted. I didn't want to get to a point in my industry where my supporters felt like they couldn't relate to me anymore. It needed to feel like they knew that as much as I'm doing this music thing and everything's going amazing, I'm still a human being. And they want to hear these stories to know that whatever they're going through, it's okay. I think that's important because Instagram can make you feel like, yo, that person's living such a dope life and mine's so trash. That's the thing that I hated about social media and Instagram creates this unrealistic world.
Talk about it.
That everyone is just rich and like you see all these influencers and it's like, no guys, they have problems. This Instagram, don't buy into it. It's like a magazine. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's why I decided story time. Because once I did it, they were just like, Rouge goes through this stuff too. Also, my life isn't that bad. So this stuff also happens to them. And it's also important to know that you can laugh at yourself.
For sure.
And not take everything so seriously. That's why I decided to do it, and I'm so glad people are like, you know, they're appreciating it and like getting what they need.
For sure. You really dope.
Thanks, bro.
You really dope. On my way here, I saw you on the billboard.
Oh, yeah.
You understand? Rappers ain't on billboards no more. You on the billboard.
Yeah,
Let's talk
bro.
about that, B. Your acting skills on the advert.
Yeah, thank
Mzansi
you.
ad.
Thank you.
Is that something you're going more on? Like, are you trying to go
Like
into
I
acting?
said, bro,
Yeah?
that's why I studied film. That's why I went to university for it. And the reason why I was gonna go into acting, but I knew this music thing was calling me first. And then it was just time. I felt like COVID spoke to the thing of like, Rouge, you have nothing but time now. And I went to my first audition. I went. I did like anybody
That's
else.
hard,
I said, bro,
You know, I
did
tried
it.
an audition too.
Acting.
Yeah.
What happened? Rather you
I
act.
didn't get the part. That's what happened. I didn't get the part. Because that shit is hard.
It's grueling.
Because you got to tap into like a different energy.
Bro, it's grueling. And just the audition process. I did it like everyone else. I went, I queued.
You're lying. You're lying,
Guys,
Rouge.
This is not music. This is a whole new world and I need to
went,
respect it.
You queued.
I queued. I got my number. I waited for my turn to go into audition. I went into the audition. I waited. I got my call back. I went to my callback. I queued like everyone else for my callback.
No way.
This was like, it was a grueling process. I won't lie. And like I have, the respect I have for this acting space is it's hard. Just to forget filming. Getting the job.
Yeah.
Getting the job.
Yeah.
It's a movie. That alone is a movie. And I was just so blessed that I did get it. And it was tough, I won't lie. The filming process, it was literally shooting at 3 a.m. in the morning and ending at 3 a.m. in the morning to be up the next day by 5.
What?
Yeah, and it was.
For the ad?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
That ad was 1 minute.
Right? For 1 minute, but we shot a movie.
Yeah, but
We shot a movie. And yeah, bro, like, but now it's just so nice to see the fruits of my labor. You know what I mean? Like, I was actually saying, I saw the ad 2 days ago for the first time on I saw the billboard.
Yeah.
Because I was coming from my family's place, and as I drove, I literally almost got into a car accident. Because I didn't know.
Sure.
And I was like, oh my God, that's me. It was a beautiful moment, bro. And like, I'm ready to use my degree. I feel like I'm prepped for it now. So yeah.
We've had many conversations, you and I, you know, and you always say you knock.
Yes.
Like I remember you're telling me about what was it? Huawei.
Yes.
You knocked.
Yes, I did, and I got it.
Rouge, you know how many people think you just get the stuff? Where did you get this mentality of like,
My
go
folks,
get it?
My folks. Like, guys, I come from a family who literally escaped civil war in Congo.
You lying?
Big.
That's crazy.
Facts.
That's crazy.
That is the family I come from. So I come from a family who knows they are never too afraid to humble themselves. They are never too afraid to do whatever it takes in order to give himself a better situation and a better life. So even with my industry, it was like, it's no different. It's no different. Because majority of the time, you guys may not know this, but like when it comes to the branding world, a lot of the time they have no idea what to do. A lot of the time they have no idea what to do because it's like, look, they are the money machine, let me say that. But in terms of creativity, different chats.
For sure.
Different chats. So that's why it's a no-brainer where it's like, bro, I will come up with the concept. I will come up with everything that needs to be done in order to push your brand that will push my brand. Just give me A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it's done. And majority of the time, that's how I literally got everything. Even now, I'm sending proposals left, right, and center, and the conversations are being had because I wasn't too afraid to send that email. And you can't be like, oh no, it just happened. No, it literally just took, hey, I have an idea, are you interested? They're also like, it's COVID, bro, of course we're interested. We have no idea what to be doing right now. Do you have, you know, they know we have the numbers. They know we have the support base behind us that they want. That's the whole point. They want people to buy into their brand. I have a following that I can be able to do that for them. So it's just about sitting down, humbling yourself, send that email, send that DM asking for that email, and you get it big. I'm telling you now, every email that I've sent this week or every single DM that I sent to a brand.
Yes.
And I'm talking massive brands that you are eating, brands that you are using technology for. I DM'd, hey, I have an idea. Could I have an email that I want to send a proposal to you? They all responded.
Do you think it's because you're Rouge, though?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No, 100% fine. It might play a certain role, but at the same time, bro, all of them are in a space where everyone needs creativity. They need something. They need content. They need stuff to be able to sell what they are trying to sell. And sometimes it doesn't mean that just because they're in the boardroom, that their most creative guy is in the boardroom. Sometimes he's online and he's just sending you a message. So guys, don't sleep on yourselves. The worst thing that can happen when you send an email is not get a response back. Then you keep it pushing. Next email, send.
How do you deal with rejection, man?
Easy. It's our industry. What do you mean?
Easy.
We are in this industry, bro. How long have you been pushing this big?
Yeah, my whole life.
Like, it's our industry. Our industry is literally 1,000 no's before you get that 1 year. 100%, there's been times.
That's the truth. You're telling people the truth, right?
No, it's facts. It's 1,000 no's to get that 1 year. But that's the thing, you just need 1 yes. You just need, as crazy as it sounds, but it's like 1,000, but you just need 1. And that's why, look, I won't lie and I won't act like I'm not human when I got rejected. Like, there were times like I cried and I was like, yo, why not me? I deserve the chance. Why that person? Why that person? I'm better, I'm good. But it also comes down to like, bro, you can cry, or okay, when you're done crying, okay, let's get up, let's work, let's keep it pushing, on to the next. That's what I've gotten to the point of. But I do get my sad days. Don't get it twisted, bro. There are times where it's like, man, I really wanted that. Like, why didn't they pick me? But I also think it's very important. I always surround myself with people that motivate me. The conversations I have with you on the phones and stuff like that, with family and friends, just to remind me of who I am. It's like, okay, done crying, dust it off. It's rock, it's work.
This show is the type of show where we're not just trying to do some dope stuff for people.
Yeah.
We want to leave something in people. You know what I'm trying to say? So I want to ask you, do you remember perhaps one of the hardest seasons you've ever been through in life? You know? And the mentality you had to sort of come with to conquer that, you know? Like a real chat, you know, something real. You know, the love story rejections are cool.
Other than this year, because I think, other than 2020, I don't talk about 2020 because I think 2020 was tough for everyone.
Facts.
It was just a mammoth year for everyone. But I think the toughest season was probably right before I dropped Uzoy'thola. because that was when I lost all my deals. Remember that? I lost all my deals. Even the PR company that I was working with dropped me. And it was, that was dark. I had nothing. I didn't have money. There was no plan. And I remember it was literally like, guys, like I lost all my deals in 1 week. Like it was literally like today I lose this deal. Tomorrow PR's like, oh, you wanted to do off with you. Next one was, oh, and by the end of the week, I had no deals. I had no money, no plan, no one to work with me. On top of that, we had no context. I think we were each other's only, I had no person in the industry. And I remember I cried and I felt like, wow, this dream is over before it even started. It was so scary for me. And again, because I have an amazing family, they're just like, bruh, you can literally sit here and cry, or maybe the problem is you're relying too much on other people to bring your dreams to life.
Oof. That's a big
and
one.
It didn't make sense to me at first until it made sense, where it was like, we really sometimes get to a point where we get so disappointed in people for not understanding our own dreams. And it's like, but it's yours. No one's ever gonna get your dream the way you get it. No one's ever gonna be as hungry for it as you are hungry for it. And my sister sat me down and she's like, bruh, if you want this, you're gonna have to make this happen. And she was like, and the starting is write music. Just write the songs and we'll figure it out from there. That's when, so if I lost the weeks from Monday to like Thursday, Friday, I lost all my deals. I wrote in Bongo Zaga on the Sunday. So I wrote it. And then, again, worst thing that can happen is someone will say no. I DM'd Tweezy. Didn't even meet him.
Crazy.
I DM'd him, I was just like, hi. Luckily, he had already seen me got us on and whatever. But I was just like, hi, I'm such a fan. Listen, I have no money to give you whatsoever, but I know I have something greater. And I really think you can bring this to life and it's gonna change my life. I promise to God. Booked studio with me on the Tuesday. And then that's when I decided, okay, but I want someone on the song with me. Who better than somebody who understands what I'm going through, which was Nomuzi, because Nomuzi was also going through her cash time thingies and people just completely doubting that she was ever gonna make it as far as she's made it now. People who just laughed at her for wanting to rap. Called her. She flew in from Port Elizabeth that day. She came in with her bag. That's how much she was like this rock. She came in literally with her bags to studio. She had bags on bags. Put them to the side. She sat down, she was writing, and then me and studio were building, and that day was the day we created in Bongo Zaga. And I didn't have to make a phone call, I didn't have to send an email. When that song dropped, all the blessings happened. I didn't have to walk anyway, I didn't have to call anyone.
That's crazy.
And I fully now believe in that idea. There's nobody who believes in your dreams more than yourself. So therefore, you cannot be shocked if people let your dreams down, because they are yours. So, yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to you, man.
Thanks, bro.
That's that real talk. That's that real talk. If you were to say, this is what got me here, you know? Like in terms of, let's say a quote. Do you have
every setback is a setup for a comeback. That's my quote. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. And it makes sense. I live by that in life. The fact that just because something does not work out, it doesn't mean that it's done. It literally, you have no idea that this is exactly what's supposed to happen in order for something else to happen. I don't think I would have written in Bongo Zaga if all my deals and everything came through. I was so hungry. Even what I'm writing about in the song, the things that I'm writing about in the song is the struggles and the labels dropping me and people telling me I need to show ass or this or they're not gonna work with me. Nomuzi, the thing she was saying is because what we were going through at that moment. So we were that hungry. and we were broke. And that's why that song came about. So literally, you'll be so surprised as to how you are exactly where you need to be. Just be patient. Something's about to happen. Don't move. You have to be right there, as much as it doesn't make sense. That's what I've got. Every setback is a setup for a comeback.
That's some spiritual talk there. Are you spiritual?
I know. Oh, you know.
Yeah,
oh, sorry. This is an
yeah,
interview. Sorry.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I'll get this.
Yeah.
Yes, I am very spiritual.
For sure.
Everything I give to God, everything I do is for God. And everything that I am is because He is. So yeah, I've never changed that. I've never drifted from that.
Never.
Never. I fully believe I'm here because He needs me to be here. I fully believe in the fact that He gave me these talents for a reason. And yeah, I shouldn't drift from them. The Bible speaks about the whole idea of hiding your talents is a complete sin. Why would I do that? So yeah.
Powerful. That's powerful. Where are we taking this now? It almost seems like you got it all.
No, I do not.
In terms of like in the game, you got billboards, you've got adverts, you've got
no, I did not.
the brands.
I have a long way to go.
You've got the hits.
Nope, I have a long way to go.
You've got the gram.
No.
You got the niggas and you got everything right now. You know what I'm trying to say?
No.
Where you taking it?
Big, I'm taking this to the top, bro. And when I say the top, I'm talking music-wise. I have so many things I haven't achieved.
Why haven't you dropped the album?
Okay, the reason why I haven't dropped the album. The reason why I haven't dropped the
I know
album.
those hits there. You've got hits and people don't know. Why haven't you dropped the album, P?
Because I wanted to be, listen, I needed to be certain of what I wanted this album to sound like.
Okay.
I have songs, yes, that are hits, but an album needs to make sense. It can't just be songs that are just...
Yes.
It's an album.
Yes.
It's a body of work. Body means it needs to come together. There needs to be sense in it. That's why Lauryn Hill just went diamond off the only project she has ever released in her life. Do you know she's the only female rapper to go, not even only female rapper, even with males, she's one of the few to go diamond. And the reason why she went diamond is because it was logic in this project. There was a plan, and that's why 25 years later, this album is doing what it's doing, because that's what I want. That's why I'm not just releasing this album, because I want my album to be listened to in the next 25 years.
Okay.
I respect my fans too much. You guys deserve an incredible project.
So you're not even gonna say when it's coming?
This year.
That's what you said last year.
This year, though.
But
I mean
I do that too, though.
No, I mean
bad. It's not good.
This year? No, but this year.
Please.
This year. Also, COVID was a bit lit for us last year. We had to figure out promo plans. We couldn't do gigs for you guys the way we wanted to promote these projects. But this year, there's no excuse.
Okay. You were saying you're taking it to the top.
Yes, I'm taking it to the top, Brad. Like,
What's
I'm
the top?
talking.
What's the top for Rouge?
The
What
top
does it look
is
like?
I am going to be in every single movie. The top
Is that what you want?
Bro, I am literally going to pull a friggin' Ludacris on you. I'm going to pull a Beyonce on you. I'm gonna pull a Shay on you. Do you know Shay has an Oscar? Shay has an Oscar.
Do you believe in love after love?
You're playing. You guys think she's just a music hit maker? Ha.
She's got an Oscar.
You're playing. Listen.
So that's what you want?
Guys, I am a triple threat. Like I said, God gave me these talents. Why am I hiding them? That billboard told me, Rouge, you're meant to be here. This is your first acting gig and you got the billboard. You got the massive ad. So I'm gonna be on every single movie that is out there. I'm going to release an incredible project. I'm going to open doors. It's fine. I'm going to open so many doors for the new wave, especially the new wave girls that are coming out. I'm so impressed by them. There's a girl named Saucy, there's Hannah, there's Indigo. The girls that are coming out this year, they can rap. I'm just like, that's enough for me, God. That's enough. I feel like all us other girls, we've done it, we've opened the door, and they are delivering. I'm happy. So, yeah, like I'm going to be a mogul. My plan is, I said, I'm going to be a millionaire by 30. That hasn't changed.
And you're going there.
I am, buddy. We're buying property. What are you talking?
Talk about. The ladies are killing the cheetahs, eh? Ladies are killing the cheetahs. You guys have a different type of focus. Yeah?
Thank you, bro.
You know why you're here. Nah, P, thank you so much, you know.
Of course, brother.
Chat, you know, this was super fun.
Thank you.
I also feel like people don't know how hard you work and like how focused you are. And I think this is a great opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This is amazing. Biggest interviewing me. Big.
And
you're growing, dog. You're doing amazing. Like you sat here, you asked the right questions. It just shows the growth that's happening in you as well. I think from us, I don't even know how many years ago, and look at it now. It's amazing, bro.
Appreciate that.
It's amazing. It's only up here for the both of us.
Trust me. So before we go, you usually bless us with some, you know. You can do a joint, you can do a 16, you know.
Oh, Lord.
I know. Didn't you watch the show?
I did, but I didn't expect you to ask me.
No, look.
I didn't prep. I didn't plan.
Nah, look. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Rouge.
Look, I've always felt this way from the beginning. So used to lose and never recognized when I was winning. But I'm on, man, not cocky, just on, man. A space with the privilege to do whatever I want, man. The need to be an African star. I got the PR. I had to find a way by myself. She blocked me thus far. I had to find a way by my heart. I got me this far. Still hope she doing good with the team. Shout out to Justine. Thinking at first of pain, but then the stepping stone came. Wanted the same, but in my life a part to play. Never wished the worst. I really wished it worked, but life had other spells. Now we stuck in all man, all damn, and all well. Deals are looking good for a second, like sightseeing. People only in your life for a second, the time being. But time being Rouge is the time you might be in. What a time to be alive. No wonder everybody's saying.